Hey guys, do you know how to properly maintain your trailer? Today we're going to go over some of those, kind of the top 5 that we think are some of those things that could potentially ruin your trailer, and one of them I'd consider a #1 problem that people neglect when it comes to maintaining their trailer. So let's go ahead and jump into those. Alright, hey, we're standing in an Explorer, one of the trailers that we love and sell, and we're going to talk about the air conditioner and what we need to do to maintain this properly. If it's not maintained properly, it actually will decrease its life. Also, if it's not maintained, potentially it may not even work. I had a customer bring in their trailer and they were like, this doesn't work, it's broken, I need a new one, yada yada yada. We got looking into it and it was actually just so dirty that it was unable to function properly. The first thing is to make sure you're cleaning your filters regularly. So typically on an air conditioner, it's gonna have filters on it somewhere. There's an intake filter. On this one, they're on the side. On other ones, you'll see them on the front. But they always have some kind of filter somewhere for intake. Most of the time they're made out of plastic, so you can actually wash them. So on this one, I can pull them out at each side and we just have a filter right here. And depending on how much you use your trailer, will depend how often you need to clean these. If you don't use your trailer a lot, once a year is going to be a good rule of thumb. If you're using your trailer more often, every 6 months, and you can just always be checking it. So these filters are made out of plastic, so I can actually pull it out, wash it off, dry it, stick it back in. Every 6 months to a year, like, you actually have to remove the whole entire distribution box down, and you'll find a bolt in each corner, and those bolts are actually what holds the air conditioner on to the trailer. There's a seal that goes around the top, and that seal is a compression fitting seal. So over time the trailer's moving, bouncing, and you know that seal slowly gets worn out, and you actually want to tighten those bolts up just slightly for part of your maintenance, and that's going to actually compress the seal better and hold the AC down a little bit better, and that's what's going to keep that seal nice and tight. Now we're going to go outside to the roof and look at some of the things you need to do to maintain it on the roof. Alright, we are on top of the Explorer RV. This is the air conditioner up here, a Dometic. Most trailers have Dometic, sometimes they'll have Coleman's. There's some other brands out there too, but they all have one thing in common. They are air conditioners, and that they all have condensers. Kind of looks like a radiator in your car. It's got little fins in it and everything. So what we want to do is most of these just have 4 screws, one on each corner. You're going to take this air conditioner off, and then you need to get just your garden hose, and you need to clean out the condenser, those fins, because sometimes dirt gets in there, sometimes you get these nests in there, and the mud daubers, whatever. It depends where you live, you know, you have different bugs, but bugs are definitely a thing that kind of clog that stuff up, and it brings down the efficiency. Just like getting mud in your radiator, if you get enough mud in there, it won't even cool your car. So same thing with the air conditioner, you get too much gunk in there, it's gonna cause it to work less efficient, as well as you could get leaves in there and dirt, just anything in there needs to be cleaned out. So the main thing is just kind of hosing it off with your garden hose, and they'll take care of your condenser for you. Okay, number 4 on our list is the refrigerator. Now there's multiple types of refrigerators in our Black Series trailers. It's a refrigerator, it doesn't use a compressor like the one in your house. It actually uses some chemicals that react, and as those chemicals change, they create cold temperatures. So it's actually pretty interesting and cool. The big part about it though, since it's a special chemical system and it has to do with a lot of gravity and things like that, a propane refrigerator, you have to run it level. If you run it at an angle, prolonged periods of time, it actually can create blockages in these chemicals, and they'll block up some of the areas, and over time it'll get worse and worse, just like, I don't know, your heart with your arteries, and eventually it will fail. So your refrigerator could have a heart attack basically in the back of it if you're not maintaining it and using it properly, and by doing that you'll have to replace the refrigerator. It's a big cost. So if you want to prolong the life of your refrigerator, make sure you're always level. So that's one of the usage maintenance things. The other part, which we'll go outside and look at this, is there's a burner tube, and that's part of the system. It heats up and creates this chemical reaction. It has a burner tube, and then in the burner tube, over time, just because it's burning, you get some buildup and some debris that gets in there that needs to be cleared out and cleaned out. That's going to help it run better, as well as it has a little flame sense in there that needs to be cleaned off, just like in your furnace. Okay, we're outside with a different trailer just to give us a lot of variety. Like I said, you know, this applies to just about any trailer that has a fridge and tires, etc., etc. Everything is on all these trailers. There's different versions. So this one has a propane as well. So you just have to access your guy here. Okay, there we go. So it's a good example. A little dirty back here, so you can clean and clear some of this up. Got little leaves and spider webs and things. What you actually have to do to get to the burner to clean up here, you'd undo these screws to pull this little cover off. And if you come look on this side, you can kind of see in back in here, this is where the burner assembly is. And inside there, that's where you're getting lots of buildup. So you get a vacuum or an air hose and you blow in there, and you can blow out a lot of it and vacuum it up. And then also there's a sparker in there, a flame sense. You can clean up, you know, just with some emery foam or sandpaper. They're pretty cheap to replace too, you know, so you could always replace them as well. But those are some of those maintenance things that's gonna help the longevity of your refrigerator if it has a propane one. All right, we're in the Explorer RV. This trailer has another type of refrigerator that runs only on 12 volt, which a part that's nice about that is obviously you don't need as much propane. It doesn't have a burner tube in the back, so you're not worrying about cleaning and maintaining that. The main thing is it does require a bit more power than one of the other ones, but as long as your battery system is set up properly, you'll have plenty of power, and this could be a lower maintenance item in your trailer. Let's move on to our next point, and that's tires, which every single trailer has tires. So let's take a look at these tires and see what we need to do to maintain those. Man, I love that suspension. Have you guys ever seen a hydraulic suspension on a trailer before? If you have seen any on another trailer, let me know in the comments. This is the only one I know of. Now we're gonna talk about our tire maintenance. Every single trailer has a tire, your cars have tires, and there's a lot of things that people didn't know about their tires that I've ran into that have caused blowouts and things like that, and potentially will ruin a trip, cause damage to your trailer. So let's go over those things. The first one that I think gets neglected the most of all, especially on a trailer, is the age of the tire. Sometimes people are storing their trailer covered or in a storage unit or a big garage or something, so they don't see a lot of wear from the sun, as well as they're not seeing a lot of road time, because it's not like a car where it's out there all the time. So you're like, I got plenty of tread, I'm good. That's not always true. So the age of the tire is important. Some of the guys down at the tire shops that we use won't let me leave with a tire that's older than 6 years. So if your tire is 6 years old, it's done. No matter how pretty it looks, how clean it looks, if I've only used it a couple times a year, if it's 6 years old, it's been deteriorating on the inside, and it's got the weight on it, the pressure, all these things working against it. You don't want to go down with your trailer if it has a tire that's more than 6 years old on it. You just got to replace them at that point. So that's probably one of the #1 things that people don't know. The next thing is to make sure that you run your tire at the proper PSI that's recommended by the manufacturer, which you can usually just take a look at the tire and you'll find, for example, on these ones, they're supposed to be 50 PSI, which also gives you the max load rating. So make sure your PSI is right, which is gonna, one, help you with the longevity of the tire, because if you have it overinflated or underinflated, it will affect your gas mileage for one, and it also affects the wear on the tire, because if there's too much in it, it wears it out in the center more. If there's not enough, it wears out on the outside. So you want your tires to wear evenly with that PSI and having that properly loaded to make sure you don't overload your tires. You can look at the tires and see these ones are rated for 2,600 pounds. So you got 2,600 pounds times 4, that's what all of them together will work at. So if I load up this trailer and overload the trailer, I'm not just overloading the trailer, I'm overloading the tires, which can increase your chance for blowouts and wear and other problems. Which another part of wearing your tires evenly is rotating your tires, and also get alignment done on a trailer. You may have not known you can do alignments on a trailer, but you can. And lastly, just sun, the UVs that deteriorate everything. And so on your tires, it's a great idea to get covers for them, and that'll make them last longer. But the max life they'll ever get, though, is 6 years is the max you ever want to go anyways. All right, number 2 is batteries. I'm sitting on a pile of dead batteries. These have been neglected in their life. Maybe one of them made it all the way to the end of its life because it was properly cared for, but most of these are because they've been improperly taken care of. And every battery has different maintenance. You know, a lead acid battery actually needs distilled water to be added to it. A sealed gel battery or AGM battery, it has low maintenance because you don't have to be adding in this water to the battery, so that's a nice feature on those. Lithium batteries have other maintenance. You know, you can't charge them in freezing temperatures, and there's other things that go into them. So whatever batteries you have, make sure to check with the manufacturer to see what they recommend on maintaining those batteries. And what ultimately destroys a battery is discharging them below what they're supposed to be discharged too many times or too far down, and draining them to the point that they can't come back to life. For like lead acid and gel batteries, if you get below 12 volts, you've over discharged them, and that can cause permanent damage to them. So just make sure when you're storing your trailer, when you're using your trailer, that you're always maintaining your batteries to make sure they don't get too low and cause them to get damaged. Especially when you go into gel batteries or you go into lithium batteries, we're talking about thousands of dollars wasted because of a few moments of neglect. So be on top of your batteries, no pun intended. All right, for our final and last maintenance item that's most neglected, that could cause the most damage to your RV, is the roof and having it properly sealed. This is one thing that a lot of people don't do regularly, and when you don't do it regularly, you can get water damage, you'll get leaks. And when you get leaks, that becomes a much bigger problem, especially if you have to replace things inside, cabinetries or roof or carpet or whatever you got inside. Not fun. So taking a few minutes to climb up on your roof and making sure that everything is sealed properly is the best way to protect your RV. So I'm going to show you some different spots that I've just noticed just on this one right now. And this one's relatively new. This one I think is only a couple of years old. So, and some people don't even look at their roofs for years and years and years, and that's usually they look for it when they see the leak and they're like, crap, I need to fix my trailer, there's a leak. But if you just maintain it from the get-go, you would never find a leak because you'll never have one. There's a couple spots here. I mean, on this, what you're looking for is all the seals. So around any kind of vent, any skylight, on the front and on the end and on the edges, you're gonna have sealant. So if you take a look over here around this skylight, you can see it's starting to kind of be a little crackly, so that's starting to deteriorate. So like this is the older stuff and this is the newer stuff somebody's put down. If you look around, you might find some spots that it's kind of like a hole now, which water is going to find its way into there potentially. You can either remove it or add a little bit more on top of it, because this is kind of this special type of lap sealant. It's self-leveling, so it'll actually fall into the cracks and find the places that water would go and seals it up. So like that right there kind of worries me on this one. I mean, that fact that this is cracking means it's not got too much more time. You might start worrying about that. This is kind of cracking too. It's just a matter of visually inspecting everything and looking for any type of little holes and cracks, so you can remove it all and put it back on. The stuff I like to use is called Dicor. There's a, looks like Mr. Clean guy sitting on the front of the tube. But lap sealant, self-leveling, Dicor, that's a good one. And there's other brands too. So check out your roofs. You want to check them, you know, every year minimum, to make sure you're not seeing any of this cracking developing. And if it is, you can just throw some on there. It's a couple bucks for a thing of it in a few minutes and you're good to go and protecting your roof. So there you have it. Those are our top 5 maintenances that you should be looking to do. If you want to see any other ones or see anything more in depth on some of these, we can do those videos too. Thank you for watching. Hopefully that your RV stays in great shape so it can go on lots of adventures and make lots of amazing memories. Thank you, and we'll see you another time.